So, good day, everyone. I will be presenting our research paper on the walkability assessment of Magallanes and Spolarium Street in Cebu City. So, walking is a key factor in the promotion of healthier, environmentally friendly, and socially active cities. It also provides sustainable economic benefits in commercial areas with stores and stalls along streets, attracting customers and pedestrians to stroll around and purchase their necessities. Walkability demonstrates a city's quality of urban design. Pedestrian access has declined continuously in most urbanized cities in the Philippines. This has been exhibited in the case of Cebu City, where streets have lost their intimate scale and become mere service roads, deprived of public life. This study investigates the user's perception of the streets in downtown Cebu City, specifically within Magallanes and Spolarium Street. The paper attempts to find the significant relationships between the visual perception of different social classes in terms of their experiences on safety and walkability of pedestrian infrastructures and socio-economic factors of walking in Magallanes and Spolarium Street. So why Spolarium and Magallanes Street? So this street is considered a significant street that connects three different areas in downtown Cebu City. So it connects the cultural center of the city, which is the Basilica Menor del Santo Niño de Cebu, and the Plaza Subo, where Cebu City Hall is located. And it also connects to the University of San Jose Recoletos and the Freedom Park. And the last part is the San Nicolas Tolentino Parish Church with the Pasil Fish Market, which is one of the significant um, markets in the city. So, the methodology of the study for the data gathering, an online survey was conducted through Google Form with a sampling method snowball sampling, and the sample size is 35 respondents with the survey period covering 2 weeks, which is from September 25 to October 8, 2022. For the statistical analysis, descriptive statistics, thematic analysis, and independent two sample t-test were done. For the survey questionnaire, it has four different parts. First is the personal data and social demographic questions for the respondents. The second part is all about the objectives and significance of walking. And the third is the perception and experience of the respondents in the downtown Cebu. And lastly, the perception and experience in Magallanes and Spolarium Street, which is divided into three parts. So the safety of pedestrian infrastructures in both the streets, and then the pedestrian infrastructure walkability, and the socio-economic factors of walking in both the Magallanes and Spolarium streets. So the results of the survey uh, is as shown. You have the participant profile. So most of the respondents are female, and then you have male, and a few of them consider themselves or identify themselves as gay. For the age bracket, most of the respondents are within the 18 to 29 age bracket, and one within the 30 to 39 age bracket. For the marital status, most of them are single, and then only one is married. For the educational attainment, most of them are college degree holders, and then high school graduates, and one postgraduate degree holder. For the residents, most of them are residing in Barangay Lahug and Barangay Labangon, and most of them are born and raised in Cebu province. For the annual income of the respondents, Most of them are within the poor income class, and then followed by uh, the low income class and the middle income class respondents, and lastly, the lower middle income class respondents. For the objectives and significance of walking, in the question, how far do you generally walk each day, most of the respondents answer that they walk less than 500 meters a day. And second to that is 500 meters to 1.5 kilometers a day. And uh, lastly is 1.5 to 3 kilometers a day. So most of the respondents generally do not walk very far from where they usually reside, or they do not walk from their homes to their school. Then, where do you usually walk? So, most of the respondents answer that they walk usually from school to their office, or home from, uh, sorry, home to school or home to office. So, they do not generally walk for leisure. So, they walk because they need to walk. So, do you have a target number of steps or walking distance each day? Most of them answer no, and they consider walking as a form of exercise. So, from the survey, for the question, what prevents you from walking in your neighborhood? Most of their answers usually fall within these three themes or categories or factors. One is safety, security, and social problems. Second is sidewalk design issues. And lastly, because of environmental problems. For the question, what will persuade you to walk often? Most of them answered that they want improved sidewalks and road designs, and essential errands and health benefits would also persuade them to walk often. Then, how would you describe the sidewalks in your neighborhood? First, they observe that most of the sidewalks in their areas are inadequate, and they have safety and security problems also. For the perception and experience of the respondents in downtown area of Cebu City, so most of the respondents would go to the downtown area in order to shop. Some of them would visit historical places or churches and eat at a restaurant or have a food trip in the area. So, do you prefer using public transportation when going to the downtown area? Most of them use public transportation in order to visit the downtown area. So, for the places that they would pass through in going through Magallanes and Spolarium Street, most of them would pass through the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño and the Magallanes Cross. Some of them would also visit the Carbon Market and Cebu City Hall and the University of San Jose Recoletos. So, for the perception and experience in Magallanes and Spolarium Street, most of the respondents would prevent themselves from walking in Magallanes and Spolarium Street because of the following: so safety, security, and social problems, sidewalk design issues, and environmental problems. Uh, they have described their experience in Magallanes and Spolarium Street as unsafe and has security problems. And they describe the sidewalks in Magallanes and Spolarium Street as having sidewalk design issues and has safety and security problems. So, for the perception and experience of the respondents in this Magallanes and Spolarium streets related to the social income class, uh, we have an we conducted a Likert scale type of questionnaire. So this is one example for the safety of pedestrian infrastructures in Magallanes and Spolarium Street. So the question here is streets well lit along Magallanes and Spolarium Street. So they will rate it based on their own perception. So 5 is highly agree, and 1 is uh, disagree or strongly disagree. So as a result, the null hypothesis that is there is no significant difference between the perception and experiences of the different social income classes in walking along Spolarium and Magallanes Street came out to be true based on the test done. So for the differences of the socio-economic factors of walking in Magallanes and Spolarium Street related to the social income class, so this is another example of the Likert scale. So good bargain shops along Magallanes and Spolarium Street. So 5 is still highly agree, and 1 is strongly disagree. So as a result, the hypothesis the level of social income classes does not significantly affect the socio-economic factors of walking in Magallanes and Spolarium Street came out to be true based on the test done, which yielded to a 0.37 um, result. So in conclusion, the factors that need improvement to have walkable streets in downtown area of Cebu City is 1, the pedestrian infrastructure such as the sidewalks, pedestrian lanes, and traffic signs should be improved in the area. Then the economic and social or cultural activities such as visiting significant historical landmarks and commercial establishments should be emphasized in the area. And social income classification does not significantly affect the perception of walkability within the Magallanes and Spolarium Street. So in conclusion, Spolarium and Magallanes streets are considered walkable in terms of its connectivity to significant commercial establishments and historical landmarks. The site of the study is accessible to all walks of life, regardless of their socio-economic status, and provides a sense of community for the users. The infrastructure design of Spolarium and Magallanes streets may need to be improved further to create a much safer and comfortable environment for pedestrians. So that's all for uh, our presentation. Thank you and good